This is episode number 291 of the Middle Country Public Library podcast. Hello and welcome. Sal DiVincenzo here in the studio with my fabulous colleagues, Sara Fade.
Hello.
And Nicole Rambo.
Hello.
You really had to force that out, huh? It was
How
almost
many
like a
water
breath.
bottles do you have, Sarah?
Sarah has a lot of water
I
bottles.
know. Is this a new one?
No.
I haven't seen this one before.
Oh, really?
No.
No, it's been at my desk.
Oh, I like it.
Yes.
You really do have a lot
The
of
whole
water
thing is, I get water bottles.
bottles. Do you
and
have
then-
sparkles on your straw?
Yeah.
It's so funny. If you, like, you've heard us talk, obviously. What episode was this? Episode what?
291.
291.
Thanks for paying attention to 48,
I have been tuning that out
to
since
48
episode
seconds. 48
like,
seconds ago. Yeah.
43. But, like, so you hear the difference between Sarah and I. Would you be surprised to know that she loves sparkles on everything and I hate them? That's like so funny. I like your straw. I like the sparkles.
Yes.
Thank you.
And someday you will be able to see Sarah's sparkles when we go to video. Just want to mention that.
I don't sparkle.
Yes, we'll see how much that sparkles. Before we jump into our segments for this week, I just have a couple of pieces of housekeeping. First, I do feel it's necessary to mention we lost one of my favorites this week. Jimmy Buffett has passed away. He will certainly leave a legacy of many different things. If you were a fan of his music, if you were a fan of his lifestyle, or if you were a fan of just going and getting a burger, a margarita and a burger, a cheeseburger in paradise. It's a big loss, and sorry to hear that, but rest in peace, Mr. Buffett. And on a lighter note, if you're listening to this on release day tomorrow, so that is September 8th, Friday, is our official opening of our cafe here in the Center Each building.
Oh, yes.
And in honor of that, all day long, from open to close, and it's open tomorrow from 9:30 to 8:30, we're offering 50% off all coffee drinks.
Wow.
And
Steal.
and hot tea. So anything that we're making for you, the espresso, the cappuccinos, the lattes, or just a nice, freshly ground and brewed cup of coffee.
Foamed milk
specialty that Sara, who does not drink coffee, gets some from time to time, will be 50% off tomorrow. So please come down. And we're open now Monday through Sunday.
Yeah.
So it's a very nice thing. We're open all the time as long as
good.
the library's open. So come down and try it out. So with that out of the way, Nicole, why don't you go first? Because amazingly, at the beginning of the month and not at the end of the month, you're going to talk horoscopes?
Yes.
All right, very good.
I've tried to find other websites that do bookish horoscopes. There are none. Just so you know.
They paid you to
No,
say
they
that.
don't pay me to say that. I have tried. They don't exist.
So what site is this that you go to all the time?
Book Riot.
Book Riot.
Okay, so let's start with the Virgo since it is their month. Are you feeling stuck in the past, Virgo?
Okay.
That's a yes or no, but okay. Planetary retrogrades are bringing back some issues you thought you'd overcome, but the solutions that have worked for you before aren't what you need now. And letting yourself get lost in bad memories will only make things worse. Focus instead on the future and look at your problems with a fresh perspective.
Yeah, get fresh.
Wrinkles will smooth out by the end of the month.
There you go.
Read The Vaster Wilds by Lauren Groff, a 17th century servant girl no longer able to withstand the abuse of humans in her colonial town, escapes into the wilderness to find a new way to survive. But in order to withstand the changing weather and beasts of inhospitable landscape, she'll need to adapt and shift her understanding of herself in relation to the world around her. So be like a 17th century servant girl.
Yes. Who
Abuse.
And adapt.
who becomes
Sarah's going to escape into the woods.
a wolf lady. howling at the moon.
Sarah, she's avoiding her issues by running into the woods.
Yes. Someone made a couch out of this tree.
You started stealing little things from the library. You like notice things going missing.
Sarah, she's up in that quilted tree again.
Yeah.
Like, let's get a pitchfork, get her down.
All right, Sal. I started reading yours, and I thought it was funny.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Can you bounce back, Aries? Nothing seems to be going your way in September.
Oh, boy. Great.
That's partially because of the things out of your control, but some of your bad decisions from the past may also be at fault.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Every situation can be improved with the right attitude, flexibility, and a little creativity. Misunderstandings abound in your closest relationships. Make yourself thoroughly clear to avoid hurt feelings, and if they can't be avoided, be quick with a thoughtful apology.
Okay.
This month, read Never Whistle at Night, a horror short story anthology edited by Shane Hawk and Theodore C. Van Alst Jr.
Sarah might like
I know.
this.
Multiple indigenous cultures share a belief that whistling at night can invite dark spirits to visit you. I saw this on TikTok. It's big in Appalachia. This is... It is. It is. TikTok. This is the central theme of these haunting short stories from 26 indigenous writers, including beloved authors like Darcy Little Badger, Tommy Orange, and Rebecca Roanhorse.
So I shouldn't be whistling at night.
All right.
Okay, so on my way to my car tonight in the employee parking lot.
Don't whistle.
Don't
You're
whistle.
inviting demons
I'm
into your
invite
car.
the demons of the library.
Sarah's going to jump into your car
Yeah.
from the woods.
Yeah. You beckon?
I heard my song. All right, what about you, Nicole?
All right.
What's your funny horoscope?
What can you do with your downtime, Taurus? September is off to a slow start, and setbacks will cause some frustrations for you.
Jeez.
What you choose to do during the slump will say a lot about your priorities. I can tell you right now, I'm going to lay in bed and watch TV, and that is my priority, 100%. Consider what aspect of your life could use your attention most, or what you can do to recharge your energy. With loved ones, pushing someone toward what you want without compromise could break a good relationship. I would never do that. You should read The Little Frog's Guide to Self-Care. This adorable book of illustrations and affirmations features the internet's favorite fashion frog, along with inspiration for being gentle and kind to yourself. Just like Taurus's, this little frog knows the transformative healing power of a good pair of shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my
All right, very good. Why don't we do one that we haven't done in a while? Have we done like January? It's January.
Capricorn.
To wrap it up.
You're connecting the pieces, Capricorn. You can see the big picture in September, which will help you figure out how to make the most of the ideas and energy you've got. Big things can happen in your career, and long-term projects are finally paying off. This is good for Capricorn.
All right.
Your pride, however, could be will be ruined.
Doomed. You're doomed.
Could be your downfall. Don't let a little embarrassment make you miss out on a good thing. You should read Up Home by Ruth J. Simmons. Simmons was the 12th child born to a poor sharecropping family in East Texas in 1945. She grew from a bright and determined little girl into an activist for civil rights and ultimately became the first black president of an Ivy League university. This memoir tells her fascinating story and recognizes some of the family members and teachers who inspired her along the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great. So these happen monthly on bookriot.com.
Sure do.
And Nicole will come to the podcast.
I'll start writing my own.
And mention them.
You
should
should.
write. Oh, that would be awesome. Nicole suggests this book.
It's a
Cool.
whole romance novel.
Yeah. Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah.
Sarah, what's going on this week?
Well, I'm going to talk about tennis because it's the U.S. Open.
Nice.
So the U.S. Open is this year from August 22nd to September 10th. So we're right in the middle.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so I have some fun facts. Rules.
I hope they're fun. These better be fun.
They're not.
Good.
So just so you know, no American man has won the U.S. Open since Andy Roddick in 2003.
Wow.
So they're hoping. Do you guys follow tennis?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. They're hoping Francis Tiafoe will be the American to win. He got into the
I
quarters.
thought you said Francis, and I'm like, well, wouldn't he be French? But his name is Francis.
Yes,
Oh.
not Francis. Yeah,
Francis is
Francis Tiafo. Yes.
Oh.
Okay, tennis is believed to have originated in the monastic cloisters in northern France
Oh.
in the 12th century. Interestingly, the ball was then stuck with the palm of the hand, like handball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The word tennis comes from the Anglo-Norman term tennis. The modern game of tennis was created in the late 19th century by Major Walter Clopton Wingfield.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
that sounds like it's made up, but, you know.
Yes.
He secured the patent for the game in February in
Oh.
1874.
Wow.
Do you know which one is the oldest tennis tournament in the world?
Is it Wimbledon?
It is,
There
and
you
it's
go.
the most prestigious.
That's right.
Do you know when the first Wimbledon game was played? 1877.
Oh, I'm off.
And do you know when the U.S. Open was founded? 1881.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yep.
So they play in the same place every year. It's in Queens, right?
Yes,
The
US,
US
Open.
Open?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. You went last year, didn't you?
I did.
And how was that, Sarah?
Well, the seats are very scary.
Why they're like on
It's
an
like
angle?
super steep,
Okay.
and it's like crazy.
And where were your seats? Were they up at the top?
Yes.
Okay.
And I mean, they were good seats, but I brought binoculars.
Well, yeah, but you know what? I'd much rather be up higher. I don't want to be right up against the court because then you really can't see like the whole thing happening, right?
Sure.
I mean, unless you want to be really
Who
close
were
to
the
the
famous
tennis
people there when you were there? Right? Isn't that like the whole thing that like all celebrities go to this?
Yeah, and I think there was one, and it was like
Was it Ben Stiller?
Ben Stiller. I think
I
it
feel
was.
like that's what you said it was.
Yeah.
The other way. Yeah.
Yeah, and his wife,
Oh.
ex-wife. Yeah. Players said to have won a career Grand Slam if they win all 4 majors at any time during their career.
Oh, okay.
Yes. A 9-calendar year Grand Slam if they win the 4 majors consecutively, but not in the same year. And a Grand Slam if they win all 4 majors in a single year, which is hard.
Has anyone done it?
Was it so the Williams sisters? One of the Williams
A
sisters? did it?
grand slam?
A
Grand Slam, yeah. Not Denny's, but
Yeah.
yeah.
2 pancakes, 2 pieces
Yep.
of bacon. 2 eggs.
Okay. Yes, that's correct, Sal. Let's see. Don Budge is the only male player in tennis history to have won 6 consecutive Grand Slam single
Wow.
titles
What?
in the year in 1937.
30s. Okay.
Only 5 players in history have won all 4 Grand Slams in the same year, is what you
Okay,
asked,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
And the last to do it was Steffi Graf in 1988.
Oh.
Oh.
And then the only other 2, the rest were women, and the other 2 men were Don Budge and Rod Laver, and they were in the 60s, 30s and 60s. Yeah.
Did you play tennis in high school? I'm not saying like, like part of the team, but just like as part of like gym class, you would do
yeah.
tennis.
I think we did, what's the one with the easier one?
Badminton?
Yeah, we did badminton.
Okay.
The term love, used in the scoring system of tennis, is said to have originated from the French word for egg, louf, because a 0 on a scoreboard resembles an egg.
Oh.
However, this might be wrong.
So why would...
But you'll be making that up.
Yeah.
And you'll never know.
So they should
Yeah.
just call it egg.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Dun, dun, dun,
30
dun.
egg.
The game of tennis also became an indirect reason for the death of King James I of Scotland. But that's all they say.
What? Why? What
Indirect
did he
reason.
do?
Yeah.
Indirect reason.
Yeah, we don't know. I think that's for people to go into.
Because all the doctors that could have been
Yeah.
treating him were at the
Yeah.
tennis match.
Yeah. Okay.
If I ever get rich, I would join what they call country club, and I'd take tennis lessons.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah, that would be.
Okay, so the U.S. Open, formerly the United States Open Tennis Championships, is the 4th and final of the major events that make up the annual Grand Slam of tennis.
So what are the 4 events
Yeah.
then?
Alrighty, so it's the U.S. Open,
Yeah.
the Australian Open,
Yeah.
the French Open,
Yeah.
and the Wimbledon
Wimbledon
Champions.
champ.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
The U.S. Open is held each year over a 2-week period in late August and early September. Since 1978, all the U.S. Open championships have been played on the acrylic hard courts of the U.S. Tennis Association National Tennis Center
Acrylic.
in Queens. It makes a difference.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The U.S. Open developed from one of the oldest tennis championships in the world, the U.S. National Championship, which was established in 1881. The tournament was open to only to clubs that were members of the U.S. National Lawn Tennis Association. Bum, bum, bum. So, fun fact, I did read this, that Arthur Ashe, he won, but he wasn't a member, so he couldn't win the prize, and he only got like his $20 back, the entry fee.
That's crazy.
I know. I've been like, well, he won though.
Yeah.
He got famous. So I really want to talk about how to play, right?
Yeah.
Because when you watch it, it's a little confusing, right? Beginning each game from behind of his or her right-hand court, the server has both feet behind the baseline and strikes the ball diagonally across the net onto the opponent's right-hand server's court. Should the ball on server strike the top of the net before falling in the correct server's court, it is a let and is replayed. The server is allowed one miss or fault, either into the net or outside the opponent's service court. Failure to deliver a correct service on 2 attempts constitutes the loss of a point. To return service, the receiver strikes the ball back before it hits the ground a second time over the net and within the boundaries of the opponent's court. So when it's a single, it's smaller. When it's a double, it's wider. Right. After the service has been correctly returned, the players may volley the ball, hit it before it bounces, or hit it after the first bounce, and the point continues until one player fails to make a correct return. This may occur if a player fails to hit the ball over the net, hits it outside the boundaries, or fails to hit it before it strikes the ground a second time on his or side. To win a game, a player must win 4 points and by a margin of 2. So this is how the scoring is weird.
Yeah.
So it goes 15, 30, 40 game. The system derived from real tennis is medieval in origin.
Wow.
It never has been satisfactorily explained why 3 points equal 40 rather than 45, but there it is. 0 is generally referred to as love, which we discussed. The service score is called first. Thus, 30-15 means the server has 2 points to 1, whereas 15-30 means that the receiver has 2 points to 1. If both players reach 40, the score is said to be deuce, and the game continues until a player achieves the first advantage and then the 2-point margin for the game. Did you get it?
Goodness.
That's ridiculous.
There is no limit to the number of times a game can go to deuce before it is decided, but in some competitions, a so-called no-ad system is used, which means that no 2-point margin is required, and the first player to win 4 points wins the game.
Okay.
As points make up a game, games make up a set, and sets make up a match. Just to make it a little more confusing.
Sure.
Yeah. The first player to win 6 games traditionally wins the set, although a 2-game margin is again required. Thus, a set in which each player has won 5 games cannot be won before 7-5. Do you guys get that?
All these numbers and this craziness, it's terrible.
And that is it. So now you guys are ready
To go play the U.S. Open.
Yeah, to watch the U.S. Open and impress everyone by saying 15 love,
Yes.
set match.
And of course, there's always like on the news, there's always like some sort of argument that happens between the referee and one of the players, and you're giving them too much time, and this invariably a ball boy or a ball girl gets hit in the head by something. It's a very exciting time. That's the more exciting thing, I think, to see that kind of stuff, right?
I've never seen that, but I do know that when you're there, you're not supposed to like talk at all, and you can get thrown out if you like heckle them or cough or talk. Like everyone whispers. Like it's very.
Can you imagine if like you have that? You know when you have like that sudden cough that comes up and you're.
Oh, I know. Yes. Yeah.
That's so cool. I want to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. And those tickets are very expensive.
Oh my god, they're like insane.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and that's until September
10th.
All right.
Yeah.
So you have a few more days to watch, folks.
Yep.
Enjoy that tennis. And that does it for this episode. So if you want to listen to older episodes or read our show notes, you visit our website, mcplpodcast.com. If you're listening on an app, please review us because that does something to the algorithm, supposedly. Right, Nicole?
Right.
So review us. You don't have to give us 5 stars.
No, you do. What?
But if you...
Yeah, you do.
But yeah. Give us 5
that
stars.
does something to the algorithm, all right. Negative star.
If you don't, then it's a terrible thing. Yes, so do that. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like button. And of course, we'd love you to subscribe to our channel. It's not just us. We have other great things on our YouTube channel for the library. So thank you so much for listening. For Sara Fade and Nicole Rambo, I'm Sal DiVincenzo. We'll see you on the next show.